Samsung finally fixed the Galaxy Fold Z7, and now competition might force it to perfect it with the Z Fold 8. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. Last year, when Samsung launched the Galaxy Z Fold 7, it felt like a turning point. After a few generations of playing catch-up with brands like Oppo and Honor, Samsung suddenly came back swinging. The Fold 7 wasn't just good, it was refined, sleek, and genuinely premium in a way previous Folds struggled to be. It actually started with a quiet move in China, the Fold 6 SE. Samsung built that model to deal with aggressive competition overseas. Then it polished that formula and released it globally as the Z Fold 7. The result? A foldable that finally felt elegant instead of bulky, and people noticed. Sales jumped. Samsung even revised its foldable sales expectations upward, something we hadn't seen in a while. But as great as the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is, it's not perfect, and there are two things that competition might force Samsung to fix with the Galaxy Z Fold 8. First, the crease. Now, to be fair, the crease on the Fold 7 is already very subtle. If you're using the phone head-on, you barely notice it unless you're actively looking for it. Samsung made serious improvements compared to older models. The hinge feels smoother, the display looks flatter, and overall, it's one of the best crease implementations on the market. But it's still there. And that matters because foldables are supposed to feel like the future. A visible crease, even a small one, reminds you that you're dealing with experimental hardware. Interestingly, Samsung has already shown off a new crease-free foldable display technology. Early demos suggest that the company may have finally solved the problem, or at least reduced it to the point where it's practically invisible from any angle. If that tech makes it into the Galaxy Z Fold 8, Samsung could become the first company to truly eliminate the crease in a mainstream foldable phone. That's huge, especially when you consider that even Apple reportedly delayed its foldable iPhone for years trying to minimize this exact issue, and most leaks still suggest it won't be completely crease-free. If Samsung nails this first, it doesn't just fix a small flaw, it sets a new standard. Now, let's talk about the second issue, and honestly, this one might be even more important: battery life. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 comes with a 4,400 mAh battery. That's decent, but in 2026, it's not impressive, especially for a large foldable with two displays powering a high-end chipset. Meanwhile, competitors are going aggressive. The Honor Magic V6 is rumored to feature a massive 7,150 mAh battery. Even Samsung's own Z Fold Tri-Fold packs 5,600 mAh in the US, so clearly bigger batteries are possible. However, Samsung has been conservative. Even the upcoming S26 Ultra is expected to stick with 5,000 mAh yet again. Battery capacity just hasn't been Samsung's boldest area lately. And here's the thing, in a foldable, battery matters more than ever. You're multitasking, watching videos on a tablet-sized screen, gaming, running multiple apps side by side, a small battery becomes noticeable very quickly. If the Z Fold 8 sticks to 4,400 mAh again, it risks falling behind. But if Samsung increases capacity meaningfully, even to something like 5,000 or 5,500 mAh, it could completely change the endurance game for foldables. And that's where competition comes in. With Honor pushing battery innovation and Apple preparing its foldable entry, Samsung can't afford to play it safe. The Fold 7 proved Samsung still knows how to dominate when it tries. The Fold 8 might prove whether it's willing to go all the way. Imagine this: a crease-free display, a significantly larger battery, the same polished design, and 7 years of software support. That combination would make the Galaxy Z Fold 8 extremely difficult to beat. In fact, it might genuinely become the most complete foldable ever made. Samsung already came very close with the Z Fold 7. It surprised the industry, reclaimed design leadership, and reminded everyone why it still leads the foldable category. Now the only question is whether it finishes the job. If it does, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 won't just correct two small flaws, it might redefine what we expect from foldables altogether. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.